to Office Slang. My name is Alexander, and if you don't know me, I'm one of the teachers with leventenglish.com. If you're watching this course, it's probably because you have a career that requires English, or maybe because you want to have an international career using English in your life. So, enough said, let's get down to lesson number 9. As always, I have prepared 3 very useful expressions for you to learn and to practice. Before I start, let me remind you that on top of this video, on the platform, you will find a dialogue, a sort of real-life dialogue held at the office between 2 colleagues. The main points related to the conversation, so an explanation of the main points with examples you can read, and most importantly, you will find a progress test to check your understanding and your progress, which is a very, very important thing to do. So, let's go. The first expression is to make small talk. To make small talk. Okay, to make small talk. This is actually not the first time we speak about it. I remember at the beginning of the course, I told you that it's a cultural thing in an English environment, an English-speaking environment, to start every meeting, every presentation, every gathering among professionals with small talk. So, if you don't know what it is, you need to listen carefully because this is very, very important. So, you don't want to get into a meeting, sit down and start talking about business right away. That's not how you do it. You start with some friendly small talk. Small talk means just chit-chatting about non-important, not business-related things. So, if you're sitting with Joe and you're starting a meeting, you want to ask him how he is and if the children are okay. If you see Tom, you might want to ask him about that match he went to see last week. So, make sure you use the information you already have about those people in order to ease into the business, okay? In order to prepare the environment and set the tone for them tackling the business. That's how you want to do it, okay? So, I prepared 3 examples for small talk. And now that I remember, maybe I should use my headphones. I'm sorry, I forgot. There you go. Okay, so the first example I have, he opened the negotiation with some small talk. This is how you do it. You want to open a negotiation with a little small talk. Just to reassure and set the tone. It's always easier to talk about business if you find some common ground. So my invitation for you is make sure you gather some information about the people you're talking to so that you can use them to help you go through the conversation. That's very important. Another example on the usage of the expression, they made small talk for half an hour. They made small talk for half an hour. Last example, he was never very good at making small talk. He was never very good at, remember, good at something with the ing if it's followed by a verb. He was never very good at making small talk, which I suggest you instead to practice. Small talk is something you want to be very, very good at if you want to have a career in English. It's not a big part of the job, but it's a very important part of the job. It's what we call soft skills. It's what we call human skills, okay? The ability to interact, to connect with a person at a personal level is vital for the business. You can be the best engineer, the best architect in the world, but if you lack the ability to connect at the human level with a person, you're never going to make it, okay? So, hold on your technical skills for a moment and go study the soft skills as well. I hope we will be able to dedicate an entire course to only small talk, to the ability to connect to someone, because that's very, very important. Okay, let's go to the second expression, which is also connected to the cultural part of the language. As I told you, the culture and the language, they are connected one to another. They're linked, and in a way that you can only understand if you have the same understanding of your language, of your culture. Okay, this should be enough. So, what is this second expression that is deeply rooted in the English culture? The expression is to buy rounds. To buy rounds. Okay. To buy rounds is an expression which is connected to drinking at the pub. Okay. Probably you're asking yourself, Alex, are you serious? Are you seriously talking to me about drinking at the pub in a business course? Yes, I am. Because a very large part of the British culture is going to the pub with your colleagues to celebrate, to unwind, to relax, to call it a day. There are many, many reasons why people go to the pub, and not many reasons why they don't go to the pub. And it's a moment of socializing. You don't have to do it every day. Some do, but you don't have to do it every day. You need to pick those moments when it's important for you to go and be there. And when you're there, you will be required to buy a round. Okay, so if I go to the pub in England and it's 5 of us, okay, each of us will buy 1 round, which means that each of us will buy drinks for everybody, okay? And everybody will take turns to do the same, okay? So if you go to the pub with 20 people, you're gonna be drunk, okay? Very drunk, okay? My suggestion is don't do that, but anyway, make sure you understand this is a part of the culture and that you don't go to the pub and buy a drink just for yourself, because that will be frowned upon and that will be considered as not very polite, absolutely not acceptable in cultural terms, okay? Because the business and the language, they're all part of a bigger system, which is the culture you are living, which is the culture you're inserted in. So it's very important for you to do the same as the people you work with. A couple of examples. Persuading Chris to buy a round is like getting blood out of a stone. Okay, persuading Chris to buy a round is like getting blood out of a stone. As you can see from the example, the fact that Chris doesn't buy a round like everyone else is considered a bad thing, okay? So, take out the hands of your pockets, put the money on the table, buy rounds for everyone. Also interesting, getting blood out of a stone is a metaphor that indicates something is nearly impossible to do. Well, actually impossible. Getting blood out of a stone is impossible. Unless it contains blood, that would be very, very unlikely, wouldn't it? So, also this expression, very good for you, like getting blood out of a stone. Second example, he disappeared to buy a round of teas from the canteen. Okay, he disappeared to buy a round of teas from the canteen. As you can see, the drink you buy doesn't necessarily need to be with alcohol, okay? It can be a cup of tea, okay? The second thing the Britons love most is tea, so beer, tea, okay? So that could also be the case. Make sure you do it in the right place though. You don't want to go to the pub at 11 o'clock in the night and ask for a cup of tea, okay? Unless everybody's doing that, because that would be probably good, but not very likely to happen. Let's go to the, so this is it, you understand the gist here. Buy a round for your colleagues, okay? Maybe if you're new in the office, you want to be the first to buy a round, okay? Just to make sure that you get the message of, hey, I want to be with you, I want to be one of you, I want to be accepted, okay? The last expression is to get on someone's nerves. To get on someone's nerves. This expression is used to indicate that someone or something is irritating you, okay, is irking you. You are irritated, okay? So that thing is getting on your nerves. If something gets on your nerves, it puts you off, it makes you feel uncomfortable, it frustrates you in a way that is not nice, that is not bearable, okay, for some reason. So this is a situation that you don't like, okay? And sometimes it's good to say that, okay? You don't have to accept anything, you know? Sometimes it's good to express feelings of frustration, so feelings of irritation, and you want to make sure you do it in the right way. So this is one of the most common expressions to show that you are irritated. For example, you're starting to get on my nerves. You are starting to get on my nerves. Of course, if you use it directly to a person, make sure that that person is not in the position to dismiss you. So you take a chance there, right? Second expression, the roar. of city traffic is getting on everyone's nerves. Hypothetically, you have a new office in town, okay, and the soundproofing of the window is not good. So after 1 week of working with the constant roar of traffic passing by, can really drive you nuts, okay? So you go to the boss and say, the rural city traffic is getting on everyone's nerves. We're not able to concentrate. We have to get out of this office or change the windows. Last time, it really gets on my nerves when people hang up without leaving a message. It really gets on my nerves. You know, it really gets on my nerves is much stronger than I don't like it, okay? It gives a more detailed nuance of the feeling you have there. It really gets on my nerves when people hang up without leaving a message. Okay, so this is it for lesson number 9. Thank you for watching. Remember that the whole course is only available on the platform. Okay, you can buy an access to the platform for 4 months, 6 months, or 12 months. We ask a very small fee for that, considering the amount of work that we put there. So if you want to take a look, feel free, because you will find all our passion, all our professionalism squeezed into our platform. Okay, so thank you again. I will see you next time with lesson number 10. Bye bye.